Hello, my name is James Gigg and I'm a policy advisor working on the Warm Homes local grant. The purpose of this show and tell is to walk through the Warm Homes local grant expression of interest form. Submitting the EOI form is the means by which local authorities can request Warm Homes local grant funding. If you've requested funding from previous similar schemes, like the Home Upgrade Grant or the Local Authority Delivery Schemes, you'll notice that the form has been simplified. That's part of the overall design principle of the grant of simplicity. Specifically, we want to ensure that you are asked for only the information we need at each stage. So there will be no other required documents required at this stage, unlike previous phases where we asked for project plans, governance structures, and the like. Submission of the EOI form is the first step in the grant. The department will then allocate funding, after which LAs and the department will sign an MOU. MOU signing begins the mobilisation stage, in which LAs are expected to prepare their projects for delivery, resourcing their teams, procuring contractors, and defining delivery processes. Midway between MOU signing and the LA's delivery start date, there will be a mid-mobilisation review. This is a review point to check mobilisation progress on the same metrics that are measured in the Delivery Assurance Check, or DAC, which LAs must pass before they enter delivery and start upgrading homes. Once in delivery, LAs will submit batches of homes that are ready to upgrade to draw down the required funding. More details on the process are available in the allocation guidance, which is available on the gov.uk webpage. Currently, the total amount of funding available under the Warm Homes local grant and the delivery window for the grant have not yet been decided. These factors will be decided at the spending review, though we expect the scheme to run for 3 to 5 years. Moving on to the form itself, there are 8 tabs in total in the Excel sheet, accessible by clicking along the bottom here. There's a guidance tab, 5 main tabs for entering the core information on your project, plus 1 annex which only certain consortium projects need to complete. There is then a privacy notice for the form. The guidance and checklist tab has 2 parts. First, it allows you to track your progress in completing the form by selecting incomplete, started, or complete. This is not a mandatory part of the form, but it's just an optional extra for you to, if it helps you to check your progress through the form. Don't feel like you have to use it if it's not going to be useful for you. The second part of this tab is guidance on completing and submitting the EOI. It goes into hopefully a good amount of detail for you, and I won't talk through it all right now. But I think the main things to pick out are that some questions are mandatory and some are optional. The guidance at the top of each of the main tabs will have information on which questions are mandatory and which are optional. The other big thing I want to pull out is the colour formatting. So most questions throughout the form will be in this similar blue format. There will also be purple questions like this section here, which are for consortium EOIs only, or in other words, for projects that are coming forward as a group of multiple LAs, rather than a single LA submitting an expression of interest. The green cells are not questions, they are automatic calculations that the form does based on the inputs you provide. And then the white sections are where we generally expect you to provide the answer to the question. The only other bit I'll pick out at the moment is just that for any guidance you need or any questions, please go to rise@turntown.co.uk. RISE is the Retrofit Information Support and Expertise Service, which on HUG2 was known as the Home Upgrade Hub, and they're on hand to help you with expressions of interest. So please do go there first for any questions. If you need a more accessible format of this form, including based on the colours, please just get in contact with us directly at whlg@energysecurity.gov.uk. And that's also the email address that you'll need to send the completed expression of interest form to. Finally, on this tab, just to emphasize that you'll need to do or complete your submission by the 1st of December. So please don't miss out. Okay, I will move on now to the first of the main data entry tabs, and that's on details of the local authority that is leading the EOI. So that can be either a single local authority or the lead LA of a consortium. So you should enter the name of the local authority here in question 1A, and you can search your name. You don't have to take it from the drop down. If I just type in search, obviously nothing will come up, but the closest one is Southend-on-Sea. So you don't have to scroll through. Then the next question is asking whether this is a consortium EOI, and then reminding you that only consortium projects need to answer the questions that are in purple. Actually, before I scroll down, I'll just highlight that this cell or group of cells is the guidance for this particular tab, and as you can see, as I said before, it includes details of which questions are mandatory and which are not, and also which are mandatory for consortium projects. 1C is just for any organisation that is not in the drop-down that's here. So you can type free text in this cell. Obviously, the eligibility for expressions of interest is available in the allocation guidance, which we encourage you to read in full, but it's also provided in the guidance here around needing to be eligible for the scheme. Then we have our first consortium-only question, and it's asking you to complete the name of all the local authorities within the consortium. If I just pick the first alphabetical local authority and select that this is a consortium EOI, and scroll down, you can see that it automatically populates it in the first cell in the table. You would then enter, again, just going alphabetically, not calling anyone out, you would then enter all of the local authorities in your consortium. And you can see that it automatically populates the region that that local authority is in, and we want you to then enter the indicative funding share in this column. So I might say 25, 25, 25, 25, and then provided that's all of the local authorities in my consortium, you can see that this totals to 100, which is what we ideally want. You might find that you have more consortium LAs than fits within this table. If that's the case, then you can use this cell here to do that. You can also do so if the local authority that you want to enter isn't in this drop-down. So you can do either of those things with this free text cell. So just to show you again, you can enter anything you like in this one. Okay, so next is some contact details. Fairly self-explanatory. We want the name and role of the primary contact, the person who's likely to be completing this form, the email address and the phone number. And then we would also like the details of the senior responsible individual for this project. So this is likely to be the CEO or the accountable officer, who will probably be the person signing off on the MOU when that is issued for signing. Then the final question is another consortium-only question, and this is just asking you to confirm that all LAs involved in the consortium have consented to participating, and noting that all eligible LAs except for net zero hubs are only allowed to participate in one project. And that's the end of section 1. In section 2, this section is for declarations. So there are various statements that we are asking you to affirm or to not affirm. We expect you should be able to affirm all of them, but if you aren't able to do so, question 2G, which is optional, has space for you to explain why that is. I won't go through all of the statements here. They should be self-explanatory, but obviously please do get in contact with us if you have any questions. And that's the entirety of section 2. So I'll stop there and go to the next video for the rest of the walkthrough. Thanks very much.